Welcome, dear seekers. We are here to celebrate our new moon in Pisces. It is happening on 3/13. 13 is a very powerful goddess number, a number that's kind of been hijacked by those in the Matrix. It is happening at 23 degrees 3 minutes, so we will be doing the Sabian symbol today for that. And it's a really powerful time of the feminine. Can you say deep? Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and we have a stellium of planets lined up between Pisces and Aries, which is the sun and the moon conjunct. That is what is the new moon. We have Neptune, the ruling planet of Pisces, in its home sign, and we also have the planet of Venus, goddess herself, the love, the values, the divinity, all lined up. And we also have Chiron, the wounded healer, right nearby in Aries. So can you say going deep? It seems like the Pisces energy is giving us a break from that very fast, busy stellium of planets that we all experienced in Aquarius. There's Saturn and Jupiter still both in Aquarius, so it feels like this toss-up of coming down from a really fast base, high energy time of Aquarius and kind of sinking into our hearts, going deep into the subconscious, which Neptune and Pisces is symbolic of the oceans, and going into the dark, deep depths of our subconscious and really uprooting. You know, I've been thinking about that. We've been waning our way into this, and I was reflecting before I came on about what I've been letting go of, and it's been deep. It's also a really beautiful time with this Pisces energy to also be going high, feeling that strong connection with our antennas up like Neptune, right, to the heavens. Divine guidance, heightened intuition, sensitivities. If you're a sensitive soul like myself, heightened sensitivity. And because it is a water sign, again, water energy and earth energy are feminine, so there's more of the goddess and the rise of the feminine. I've been really within myself planting seeds of wanting to get together with groups of women here online to do new moon and full moon ceremonies. I feel it's more important than ever, because I feel like humanity is in a crisis situation, right? With, let's just say, the claws of the dark keeping people down. I was reflecting on this too, because Pisces is an energy of compassion, divinity, intuition, hypersensitivity, and that hypersensitivity, for those that just feel beaten down, can be escapism. And I do want to share real quick before we go into the cards something that I witnessed today. My compassion level is super high right now, and I understand the energy that we are in is very intense. If you're anything like me, you know, even prayer and meditation's been a little bit challenging because of that coming down from that fight or flight fast energy of Aquarius and coming into a soft place, you know, trying to balance the two. So it's been a little bit of work within myself. So long story short, what I want to share about this, because of the escapism and the sensitivities, be compassionate with yourself. I've been saying this for about a week and a half on my channel of you are your biggest investment. Have compassion with yourself. Love yourself. Because the intense energy to some people can cause that escapism. I went to town to run a few errands today. I live in a very small rural area, and I pulled into the one little store. My intuition guided me directly to a gentleman that was parked in the parking lot early morning, 10:30 in the morning, and I kind of hesitated and paused in my vehicle, because my intuition took me directly to him without any words, just like energy, heightened energy. I felt the energy coming, you know, on that lower vibration, not judging him, just saying. Come to find out, when I went in the store, finally, came back, getting ready to check out, the one gal walked in and said, we have a major issue in the parking lot. And sadly, the gentleman must have been shooting up some sort of drug. He was seen tapping his arm, and then the next thing you know, his head falls over. He's sitting in the parking lot, 10:30 in the morning, by himself, basically passed out from whatever drug of choice, that he's not dealing with life so easy right now. And my compassion level went through the roof. I knew exactly. I don't know his past, don't need to know his history. I know his addiction, and that escapism is something far deeper in his subconscious that he has not faced. And so I don't know the gentleman. I don't know the results of what happened there because I left. But send your prayers, send your compassion and love out to all of humanity, our planet herself, the animals, and shine that light upon the darkness, because darkness seems to be trying to put the claws on humanity right now, and it can be overwhelming. So I just wanted to share that little story with you because it is so Neptunian. It is so reflective of the high stress of fight or flight that people have been in, if not all of their lives, specifically over the last year and a half, because that is our souls actually speaking out, knowing that humanity's kind of headed in the wrong direction for the most part. High anxiety is caused from things not resonating with our souls. If people could only dive into that and realize that that is the cause of addictions, that is the cause of escapism, and it is so heightened right now. And I'm a sensitive. I'm sober from alcohol. I have been for quite some time. I numbed myself out for the first few years. I was a functioning, I don't want to even say alcoholic because I can drop it whenever. I don't have an addiction with it like that. But I can see throughout my past that I used the alcohol to numb temporarily my sensitivity. And what I've found in my awakening, and why I'm sharing here so passionately today, is that you can break free of the baggage as well, because what the universe and God Creator is actually asking us all to do is to release and let go and truly face the things, right? So that we can go forward as a collective in that Aquarian energy of what is best for all, not just this hierarchy of high highs and lows, you know, overly wealthy. We're not even talking just monetary, but we'll just use it for an example. People with 5 homes, people that cannot even pay rent and are homeless or hungry. This shit makes no sense. This planet, beautiful Gaia, sustains all of us if we grow things holistically and naturally, and everybody heals themselves. We wouldn't have karmic relationships where we have children and then end a relationship and then get in another one and have more, you know what I mean? Like healing at the core level. I feel collectively that's what is in alignment, and it's for the better good. But it seems like we have to purge and let go of and break free from those that are of the world, from those that are in the world but not of the world, meaning be that one that doesn't follow the pack right now, especially now, my God, because it leads down more suppression of the feminine energy. And I say this often, the feminine energy has more power than anything, whether it be in a male or female, but the woman who can actually birth life does have a little bit of extra something. That's not to demonize men at all. So I wrote a few notes, and then we are going to do some cards in the Sabian symbol. I could share probably for hours today for the things that I've been processing. the things that I've been picking up on the collective. I can clearly, and I'm sure you do too if you're awake, can clearly see the deception and mind control and false narratives that are happening. And for a sensitive, awakened soul, intuitive, feminine, a lot of us are feeling such an overload of compassion because we weep for what we're seeing. We weep for the children. We weep for the planet, the animals, because we know what's best, and how it's going's not worked. So it's like we've been calling back fragmented parts of our soul. And when the feminine rises, that also shows, without no words said, to the masculine, kind of makes the mark so that he can too rise up with us to support the feminine, both working in respect with one another. Everything's so very backwards. Killing children at full term, just you name it, everything. You can see it. It's so backwards. And I'm not coming from a judgmental place. I'm coming from a place of my intentions of wanting humans to heal, wanting humans to understand the power that they have within themselves when they face those things that are very deep and subconscious, and call back fragmented parts of the soul, because the earth plane's been traumatizing to many of us, but it doesn't have to be. The Saturn and Jupiter are both in Aquarius still, so still keeping that futuristic vision. You Lightworkers, you Wayshowers, you Starseeds, envisioning a better planet. I believe that's a huge anchor that many of us are being asked to step into. And always the power of prayer and meditation and setting those intentions. So release. Take deep breaths in through your nose. I know it's been such a fight or flight energy. It's been that way for me all my life. Sometimes more intense than others. Breathe deep into your solar plexus as I do the singing bowl briefly. Then we'll get into an anchor card and a Sabian symbol. I look forward to learning and sharing here with you. I so appreciate you listeners and my subscribers. And if you're new today, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you feel peace, and I hope you feel welcome here. And I would love for you to subscribe and comment. Hit the bell for notifications if you're new. So as I do my singing bowl, I want you to do 3 deep breaths in, 1 through your nose, all the way down into your belly. Clearing our energy. Nice deep breath in through your nose, all the way to your belly. Nice big belly. Exhale deep. The next one I call the white divine light down through your crown chakra, all the way through your body, through your feet, connecting to the earth. Now 1 more deep breath. Breathe in through your crown, up through your feet, meeting in the heart chakra. Nice deep expansion, deep breath. Expanding your heart. Exhale. Well, I felt a block in my solar plexus, but it could be because I just had dinner before it came on. At least it was yummy. So, any other notes? Oh, mutable. Pisces energy is a mutable sign. So, any planets that you may have between 19 and 27 degrees of any of the mutable signs, which are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, which is where this new moon is at on that axis. You could feel this more intensely, your intuition. You could feel yourself going deep into your subconscious and just uprooting a lot of past wounds, traumas, could be even past life traumas. Many of us on the feminine aspect are healing that suppressed feminine, you know, of this hierarchy days of the Pisces energy, of top down and women were to be seen, not heard, and all that. And it's actually the very opposite. We need to get vocal. We need to be in our heart space. We need to step into leadership roles because we know what is best for our children, and we've gave our authority away and our power away to that for far too long, whether it be these overdoing that in our children, within ourselves, educating our children. And I really go back to, you know, the Pleiadian mothers in Lemuria teaching the children about the spoked wheel, and at the center of that wheel is God, the universe, great spirit, whatever you want to call it. I call it God simply, and that is the core fundamental of who we truly are, right? Co-creators. We are sparks of God, the universe, and when we have those foundations, we fit in around the spoked wheel as a humanity, having this experience and never forgetting that core of who we are, that we're from the stars and that we're powerful. So I feel it's our time to really rise feminine, in, like I said, not in an unhealed way of going, we're bashing the men. No, in a respectful way that we know that we have this built-in intuition. God gave us a little bit of extra something, and as we gain more and more clarity, as Mercury is now out of its shadow, because it was been in Aquarius as well, it is entering into Pisces also on the 15th, just 2 days after that. So I feel like that planet of Mercury that is about communication is leaving the sign of Aquarius, coming into Pisces and wanting us to really get some clarity, some forward movement on ways to be creative on how we can get together and talk about things with each other and really shine the light upon the darkness that's trying to overcome our beautiful planet. And as sovereign beings, time to step forward, right? So let me do one anchor card before I do my Sabian symbol. Any other notes here I had? No, I pretty much covered all of it. I just feeling into my heart, but I'm still Virgo. I like to be all whatever, go with the flow. I call upon the divine. I call upon the great spirit. I call upon the Holy Spirit to fill us up with love, to make us feel that agape love, because we know when our cups are full, we can be in service through love, through compassion, through healthy boundaries. We just ask for some clear messages today that inspire us, that trigger an idea on healing and stepping into our light. And I give thanks in advance. And so it is. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, I'm holding the intention and the vision of some of us feminine getting together. I'm shying away from Zoom, and like I've done other things, you know, I left Facebook. I'm getting away from all the programming. I haven't had TV in 7 years. I would suggest anybody that if you're getting any of your information from any of these programs that are meant to make you feel helpless and hopeless and feed you lies and be deceptive, because that's the lower octave too of this Pisces energy. Illusions, delusional, escapism. Break free, listen to your own true heart and soul, and you will be guided. It's time to take a big leap of faith for all of us. And do not shut your mouth anymore. Speak up, communicate, no matter about the censoring. You know, that's why I love Facebook. When you're sharing truth, when you're sharing a perspective that's causing no harm to somebody else, and you have these big corporations that are wanting to dominate over everybody, censoring you, it's time to say bye-bye. And I'm still here on YouTube, but I'm going to try other alternatives. Anyway, getting away from Zoom, I digress. I'm trying a new one called WebEx, and it's by Cisco. And so far, I think I've done one video on it. But this week, during our daily dose with Coffee and the Divine, I will probably test run that, see if I can work out the tweaks. So what is this overall energy for this new moon in Pisces? So picture it as of ending the new moon in Aquarius, or the Aquarius moon energy, and moving in now into the Pisces energy of weeding out, sorting through things, letting go of, surrendering to the divine as a purification and a renewal. So that water energy of Pisces, you know, water element is renewal, rejuvenation, and it is feminine. And Venus right there with the sun, moon, and the ruling planet of Neptune is just powerful. It's connecting to the divine, listening to your heart and soul, trusting the divine, having a courage, and also that feminine power, right? It's to be vocal. It's not to be submissive. You're not to be just seen and not heard, because that's probably why our fucking planet's the way it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. We just got this during the daily dose this week, too. Card 26. Surrender. The waning crescent. So in this energy, you know, the new moon is exact on 5:21 a.m. on the 13th, feminine number as well, but we're already in this energy, and we will continue to be for a few days after this new moon. So surrender to the divine, be fluent, be receptive, be in the flow. It's very difficult for any sort of planning because nothing is finite. We just experienced that big stellium in Aquarius, and we haven't felt that energy since the 60s, so it would have been before my time even. It's been fast and buzzy and information overload and like innovations. It's been so busy in my intellectual mind that I've actually had to do this, the surrender. More meditation, more prayer, more powerful than ever. Surrender to the flow of life, and that is our overall energy. We just got that this week too, guys. Perfect. So in the Sabian Symbols by Diana E. Roche, I've been sharing this with every new moon and full moon, as people know, and I'm about drank all my water. This is another thing too. Water, mindfulness, get an Epsom salt bath, pray, meditate, visualize what we'd like to see for this planet and humanity, for our children. Be creative. Drink more water. Anything to do with water, but you know, there's no coincidence that the whole baptism thing throughout religion was significant, because it's deep. There's a purification in that. There's a purification in tears. Many of you know I'm a bereaved mother. I cry often. And when I surrender to the bigger picture and I allow the pressure and the wounds within me to come through tears without suppressing them, I feel a relief. And so just remember that, right? Purity. So here we go. When doing the Sabian symbols, because it is at 23 degrees 3 minutes, we round up to the 24-degree Sabian symbol. And this is an inhibited island. Keyword is cultivation. The theme is adaptability. That goes perfect with surrender, guys. We have to be flexible and fluent right now. There's so much shifting and changing. And trying not to figure everything out is in your best benefit right now. What you can do as a light worker is pray continuously by setting your intention and vision for healing of this planet and this earth plane, because it's intense here. Shit. Okay. shut up. Adaptability. This symbol speaks to self-containment, self-sufficiency, and having everything needed to function independently, ready and available at hand. It also speaks to skill in organizing resources for their maximum or most beneficial use. The image of an inhibited island emphasizes ingenuity, and it stresses the importance of thoroughly analyzing the potential usefulness of everything that can be found at hand in any situation of need. In practical terms, this degree is about learning how to adapt and look at things in a different, new way, and being willing to make do. So in other words, being content, being thankful for your resources that do not just have to be tangible, your resources with your connection with the divine, right? Your resource of being compassionate and loving with yourself. On the positive side, at its highest, this symbol represents being inventiveness, creativity, and the ability to find clever or novel ways to get the job done. On the lower octave of this, it can be selfishness, self-indulgence, and egocentric isolation. In the energy of this new moon in Pisces, the ascent is on self-sufficiency. You may find that this is a very do-it-yourself day. Now, what comes up for me for that is knowing your power as a child of God. That is the power of knowing your presence and your light turned on, right? Remembering your divinity. It can be material too, but I immediately go to my spiritual connection, you know? So the opportunity today in this Pisces new moon energy is your greatest advantage lies in using your ingenuity to create what you need from things you already have. Get rid of the presumptions, so don't presume anything. There's so many people trying to figure out what the next move is with humanity, when really we need to be praying more, setting more intentions. And it's obvious by now that you can't wake people that are sleeping. They choose to do it on their own or they don't, right? So get rid of presuming things. A thing is what it does. The risk is guard against trying to be too independent or telling yourself that you don't need help from anyone. Avoid cutting yourself off from people who won't let you have it all your own way. Learn to cooperate. Now, don't take that as in be a doormat. Do not take that, because that's another thing with water signs. Healthy boundaries are a must, because you're fluent. You can take on other people's energy. I have Neptune in my first house. Trust me, I know. I feel what other people's intentions are. I feel other people's energy. I've had to get healthy boundaries with myself and protect my own energy field from psychic attacks, from being too overwhelmed where I'm taking on the world pain. It puts me in up and down mode, right? Absorbing. To being too absorbing of the collective energy right now will put you into that escapism, like this gentleman that I witnessed today. It was so sad, but I seen the bigger picture of what he was doing without all the details. So the stepping stones, the learning process that we can go right now is development, civilization, culture, resourcefulness, organization, refinement, adaptivity, self-sufficiency, self-containment, ingenuity, making do, establishment, advancement, progress, and growth. And that is our Sabian symbol for this new moon. Being self-sufficient is knowing that you're a child of Creator and that everything that was needed on this planet to sustain us spiritually, physically, is abundant. We've been hijacked in so many ways. And it is not about black and white. It's not about gender. It's about those that are of this world thinking that money and power over top and domination and suppression of others is power to them. They have forgotten that they're divine children of God, or else they would never behave that way. I know this on my own personal level. I experienced it in my life, and I see it so clearly in the collective. And that is why this can be the negative side of it. It can be those that are trying to, with this Neptunian Pisces energy, through media and programming and mind control and fear, do yourself a fucking favor and break away from all of that. Go within. Figure out what your hurts and wounds are and heal yourself and step into your power in the presence. Call upon the divine every day and surrender to it. Feel into all the feels. That way we're not escaping from them. Man, beautiful card. I feel like we are going to do a moonology next to go along with surrender. What else for this Pisces energy for the new moon? New moon in Pisces. I'm feeling very in tune with spirit. I appreciate it. I'm thankful. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. We got a lot of blue in that. So I'm feeling, I just had this message the other day about not limiting yourself, shooting for the stars, believing in the impossible, believing in the miracles, bringing back that innocence of our inner child of creativity and imagination. And that's dreamy too. Pisces energy, dreaming. And you could be experiencing heightened physical dreaming this week too. I know I have. Our subconscious is going deep, even in our dream state, so we can heal, you know, all of those things. Wake time, sleep time, you name it. Believe in the impossible. I love that. You know what? Let me do another one from the moonology. Really wish I was joining with some of my feminines to be doing a celebration where we can all bring our own little gifts, whether you have a shamanic drum, a singing bowl, or you can lead a meditation. We can do cards. Like I'm setting my intentions for that. And my new Cisco WebEx that I've shifted away from Zoom for an alternative. I'm excited about trying it out more. We have the new moon in Pisces, people. Meditate and contemplate. We are blues and greens. We are heart chakra. We are throat chakra. Be still. Meditation and prayer is super freaking powerful. The veil is thin. Tap into it. Invest in yourself by sitting down, being still. Meditate. Like I said yesterday, I had a little bit of a difficult time, but I didn't judge it. My intellectual mind took off, and I just quietly called its little ass back over to my heart, and I didn't judge it. I surrendered. I didn't judge it. I didn't cause friction. I just like, get over here, be still, listen. And I feel with this surrender and contemplate is maybe not take too much forward action right now. It's like we're percolating. It's like we're letting go and weeding the garden, planting the new seed with this new moon, so that we can have good things, because this whole planet deserves to be prosperous, vital, joyful, peaceful, right? So which planet, element, or house to go along with this Pisces energy? Can you believe we got the new moon in Pisces? Your subconscious could be taking you deep down into the depths of the ocean, right? Poseidon. Dark, deep. Stuff you didn't even think that was still there. Go with it. Flow with it. Call upon Creator and your higher self and listen to your oversoul, man. Because it is on. Intuition's on. Spirit's here. Meditate and contemplate. Tap into it. Surrender. Don't feel like you need to have everything figured out. Just hold the vision as a light worker to see some peace within yourself and within everybody in this planet, for God's sakes. Everything seems to be so ass backwards here, and it doesn't have to be that way, right? So what else for this new moon in Pisces? This is from my Black Moon astrology. Nope, not that one. So rise, feminine, rise, nurture. And guess what? We got Aries season coming in. When does the sun move into Aries? Oh, on the 20th. That's about the I am. So allow that to make you courageous. Bring your feminine. Let it. I did feel a little bit of fire come up within me today, which felt awesome. Here we go. Black Moon Lilith. What I just said prior is that our subconscious can be guiding us very deep into the depths of the ocean, using this as a metaphor right now. It can be a fear. It can be the suppression of the feminine within you, not just in this lifetime, even past lives, that is so deeply ingrained in humanity that we are seeing arise in this. You know what? It's almost like they can cause that lockdown, which is a prison term, all they want, but it caused a lot of people to go inner, to face their dark mysteries within themselves, to why they do the things they do, to reveal the darkness that we're seeing in the collective and shine a light on it through being still, tapping into the divine, reflecting upon what we all really valued. It was like a wake-up call that's almost backfiring. This to me is also wanting me to say the significance of Pluto still in Capricorn, because that Pluto energy is the dark, deep, hidden things as well. And it is still in the sign of Capricorn, that them structured third density type of sign, because it's an earth sign. Things being revealed not only within you, but also in the collective. She looks like a badass. So we're going to do one. This is my very first deck, and I thought because it is Pisces energy and it's about Poseidon that I would do my Magical Mermaids Oracle for one message. It was the very first deck that it was gifted to me, so it's sentimental. Pisces. So the sun moves into Aries on the 20th with Chiron, the wounded healer. The wounded healer's rising. That's what we're doing. We're going into the dark depths if you're open to it. And we are digging out the wounds. We're not going to be threatened to be suppressed and oppressed and burned at the stake anymore. We have to surrender to the divine, call upon the divine through meditation. Listen to that when you get those divine messages. Believe in the impossible. And by doing that is stepping in your power, into your light, because the truth never needs defending. That's the thing with liars. We're seeing them on a collective, like it's all up in our faces. It will backfire eventually. I don't know if it'll be my lifetime or the next lifetime, but it will backfire. Just trust that. Trust the divine. Empowerment. That's perfect. You're more powerful than you realize, and it is safe for you to be powerful. No better time, no better message than that to sum this up. I feel it's the feminine more than anything, especially with Venus there with the sun and Neptune, Pisces, and then moving into Aries to where we can have a fire and a passion. It's the I am. It's the wounded healers rising, saying no more. I'm not going to confine. I'm not following the sheep to slaughter. I'm going to stand in my truth. I am going to anchor to my divine. I am going to set the intention that everybody on this planet deserves better than the way it has been, and everything very morally backwards. And how you can be empowered is being present, each present moment. And if you're feeling anxiety like I do, because I'm so sensitive, stop, do a few deep breaths, make sure you're breathing deep into that solar plexus, because I've been in fight or flight, like I said, most of my life, and I've learned that if I'm in that fight or flight, I tend to only breathe from my lungs and not take it deep into your diaphragm. So I thought it was perfect to bring forward a beautiful Mother Mary, Mother Mary, for a feminine message to finish this up today. If you stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. I felt really inspired. And I know I shared a lot, but I hope something that I shared today resonates, encourages you. Hope. I trust that God has a wonderful solution and brilliant plan in store for me. It's funny, a Bible verse just came up to me. Hope anchors the soul. It's in Hebrews. Hope anchors your soul. Trust the divine. I know it's intense. It's actually, I weep physically for where humanity is right now, but we do have to believe in the impossible, because we just tap into the source of Great Spirit, God, and we can be in that universal alignment. The more people that do that, the better. Surrender to the divine. Trust the flow of life. Don't be surprised if you have a lot of deep things coming up, taking you to the deep depths of the ocean, to your inner subconscious. I'm releasing in dream state even. Meditate and contemplate, so be still and listen. Invest in yourself. You are powerful. We are powerful, and that is the one thing that the masses of asses have not wanted us to realize, just how powerful we are. And keep the hope. Call upon the Mother to nurture you. Nurture your inner child that may have been wounded. And remember to keep calling back those fragmented parts of yourself that have been fragmented off because the earth plane's been super intense for you. Okay, last one. I am what for this Pisces new moon? I learn from my mistakes. Don't judge where you've been. Be thankful for what you've learned. When you do that, when you step into that and you embrace every stinking thing that you've ever been through, anything you've ever processed, anything you've ever experienced, and you use this and you transmute it and you learn and you gain wisdom, that's the true wisdom, right? Rise, feminine. I say no more suppression of the feminine. And where two or more are gathered is super powerful. So think about that too. They want you isolated. No more. Rise, beautiful ones. I hope that you have a blessed new moon. Set your intentions. Connect to the divines. It's super powerful right now. And I send this to you with so much love. Shalom.